Okay, friends, I've had this little collection forever in my craft room, and I have yet to open it up and play with it, but it looks so amazing. So we are going to have a really fun time with this beautiful stamp, and then we also have some coordinating layer stencils in order to color all of that in. Now, if you didn't want to get the stencils, you could absolutely use colored pencils or alcohol markers, but this is a 3-pack of stencils. So I went ahead and picked 3 colors that I thought would be really pretty for fall. I have Tide Pool, Avocado, and Nectar. And then we also have the coordinating die to trim this all out. So looking forward to this. I really think this is so pretty. And I just mentioned that my colors are for fall, but the thing I love about this is that you could absolutely use this year round. So you would just pick some different colors for the season that you're in, and this could be used time and time again, which you gotta love that about a stamp set and whole collection. So let's go ahead and, ooh, I have to show you, I got a new Misti. I wanna open that up because I haven't even gotten to see it yet. So let's open that up, and then we are going to start stamping, stenciling, and creating. Okay, so the Misti was just released in pink. You know I had to have it. So I went ahead, let's see if I can get this out. I went ahead and ordered it because I actually think my other Misti, I was trying to justify this to my husband the other night. Oh, how pretty is that? My other Misti, the larger one, just like this, I think the door is starting to get maybe bent or warped, so I needed to replace it anyway. But how pretty is this? Okay, so we have the little foam insert, and then this is the paper. I'm gonna grab the little insert that I have in my other Misti to use. This is kind of their, I don't know, it's kind of like a, I don't know what they call it, but it's not the paper insert. It's like their foam insert. So I'm gonna grab that. And now if you need a kind of visual on size, this is the mini. And to be honest, I pull for this more than I do my bigger Misti, but this came in pink, so I needed to have it. So let's see. Now it has this foam insert, but I like that this has that little, this is kind of like a little washable surface. Okay, so this is a little paper pack, which is nice because you can make a mess, then just rip it off, and then you have the foam insert as well. Okay, let's put that to the side. Oh goodness, and then I'll put a little washi tape on this in order to use it a little bit more effectively for me. But let's grab some paper. I have 80-pound cardstock here, and let's stamp this right on out. Now let me see, trying to see how I can get this all lined up just so for the stencil portion. Okay, so here is the stamp. How pretty. I love this. This is one of those things, and I know many of you can relate to this, where it jumped in my cart, I had to have it, and then, gosh darn, it just sat for a little bit. It happens sometimes, right? Either because of time for crafting and or you're working on other things. So, oh, that is a nice, fresh, Misti door. I love it. Nothing like new craft products and gadgets that make it so exciting. Okay, I'm going to condition this stamp. This is the first time that I have used it, so I'm just kind of trying to wipe off any of the coating from the manufacturer. Sometimes that kind of leaves a little bit of residue that kind of makes the ink a little bit pooly. I don't even know if that's the right word, but kind of this is a little bit of an easier way of just getting that off so that you can have a better first impression. Okay, I'll use a Memento Tuxedo Black ink. You could do whatever you wish. It would also look completely gorgeous with a heat embossed, maybe a gold powder. I think that would be super pretty. Okay, so that looks super nice. Let's make sure that this is not in the way. Oh, I'm gonna make sure that's nice in the corner. Okay. Oh, how pretty is that? Gorgeous. Okay, let's see how that stamped out. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that one more time just to get a little bit more contrast, but that first impression was mighty perfect. But let's just deepen that, give it a little bit of a bold look, and we will be good to go. Okay, here we go. Okay, first stamp in the new Misti. Oh, how pretty. Okay, so here is, let's get this out. Here's that final look. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, let's bring out the stencils, but I need to clean my stamp before I put this away. Okay, quick little clean here. Go. Okay, so now what I think I'm going to do, let me bring in just some washi tape. Secure this to my mat. Just like this. Okay. And let's open the stencils. So this is what it's going to kind of look like here. Oh, let me see. Oh no, I think that's going to be pretty. Okay. Just trying to decide. Looks like it's going to be one flower color and then 2 leaf colors, or kind of like the vine, if you will. So I don't think it matters where you start. I'm just going to start with the first one that I have. So this is going to be part of the vine. Get that lined up just so. I feel like that was a little bit difficult to actually get lined up, but I think we're close enough for that to look nice. Okay, so I'm going to pull one of my greens or blues. So maybe I'll just start with avocado here. Okay, gosh, this looks pretty fresh. I don't know that I've used this color. This is so pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring that right on in. Now you'd want to mask off any paper area that shows around the edge if you were going to make this your actual card panel. I think I will trim these little pieces out, so it won't matter. But you'll want to be mindful of that. Okay, super pretty. Ooh, I like this color. I'm gonna have to remember this. This is gorgeous. It is just the perfect green. Okay, so just getting in all those little places. You can deepen the color by just adding a little bit more, or go a little bit more light-handed, whichever you wish. Now, I will be sure to place links to everything that I'm using down below. That way you have an entire source list of what you would need to recreate this, or if you just see anything that you want to add to your craft space as well, you're all set. Okay, how pretty. Let me wipe this up before I get it all over my hands. So there is the avocado. Let's go ahead and remove the stencil. Whoop. Oh goodness, how pretty is that? I love it. Okay, I'm going to set these to the side and I'll wash them in just a moment. But let's just move right on to our next stencil. So I'll do this with the Tide Pool. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me tape this down. And I'll grab my next blending brush. All right. Here is Tide Pool. I think this is a really fun little combination of color. Again, it's so interesting how you can put colors together and it just resembles either the season that you're in, a certain mood you're in. It never ceases to amaze me how even just if I took out Nectar and put in a completely different color, just removing and replacing one color with a different one can completely change either the mood of the card or make it look seasonal in a different way. So color is just fascinating. It's never lost on me how I guess impactful color can be. Love that. Okay, here is almost, I feel like stenciling is simply one of the most gratifying techniques there is. I am obsessed with stenciling. Peeling off that stencil too to reveal it should be a love language of its own. Okay, let's see here. That looks pretty good and even. Let's see how this turns out. Oh, pretty. Love it. Okay, again, setting to the side. Let's keep that. And I'll wash those off in a moment, but let's finish off with the little flowers. And again, I will use Nectar. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Nectar is one of my favorite colors ever. It is so pretty. And I think it's going to be just perfect with these two colors. Now, Nectar, unlike some other colors, does take a little encouragement because it comes on really light. So you can kind of just tap from your ink pad to your project without tapping off as much as other colors. And that's just part of getting to know the colors that you're working with, but also not only the colors you're working with, but maybe your personal preference for how you want to use those colors. Some of the colors I love, but I like them in a more light version, and I don't go, full on with the color. It's really fun. I feel like we're talking a lot about color in this crafty episode, but color is really important. Okay, I think we have just about got it. I want to bump up. Oh, I think that's good. Okay. So the final reveal. Oh, beautiful. That is so neat. I love the vibe that I'm getting from that. Okay, I'm going to do a quick cleanup, and then let's go ahead and I think we'll trim them out. I think that would be super, super fun. I think we could do a fun technique following that. So now we'll just line this up, and that looks pretty good. Let me take this tape off. That way, once I get it all lined up, I'm not trying to remove that. And I think I'll actually line it up on my cutting plates, and that way I don't accidentally bump it or shift it. Okay, look, I can't get enough of that. I stood and stared at my ink collection for a little longer than I cared to admit when I was pulling color for this, and gosh, it worked out. I love it. Okay, oops, that one doesn't look like it's quite lined up. Okay, let's grab some tape here. I'm gonna, oh goodness, place some tape down in multiple places. That way we just encourage it to stay put. I think that looks good though. Okay, let's do that. Run that through before it wiggles. And there we go. Okay. Okay. Oh goodness. How pretty. Oh, I love it. Okay. Look at all those cute little letters. Now I'm going to keep this piece as a template. Oh, isn't that neat? You could do a shaker with that. Oh, run and get this collection. I'm going to enable you here. It's pretty stellar. What I think I'll do is grab some really thick cardstock, maybe 130 pound. Well, I think I'm out, so I'll do 110 pound. Let me move all of this. I think what I'll do is cut out 2 more layers just in white, just so I can get some dimension on these pieces. Should I do that, or should I just add foam squares? Maybe I'll add foam squares this time. Yeah, why don't I do that? I haven't done that in a while. Usually I'm gluing paper together, but let's do foam squares this time. Okay, I'm going to shock you with my choice here, but what if we use a colored card base? So I went ahead and grabbed Nectar, same as the ink color that I used, and I'm going to get this all scored so that we can construct the actual card base, and then I think that this would be really pretty just on a colored backdrop. I think it's going to allow the letters to pop and just stand out more. And I think this is only the second card I've ever made that hasn't had a white card base. So here we go. Here is 5.5. And do I need to, I don't even think I'm going to score that just yet. Well, actually, let's do it, because if I don't, then later, once I get everything on there, or not score it, but you know what I mean, crease that down. Okay, that looks great. Now, some magnets, and I just have all my pieces on this cutting plate just to hold it tight. Let's bring in this piece and get this centered. I think that looks good. Now this is just going to be my template. Okay, I think touch it over just a little bit more. I think that is good. Grab some washi tape and secure that down. Okay, there we are. Now we will use the teeny tiny little foam squares to bump these up. And this might be a labor of love, but also, you know, if you went the other route of stacking and gluing paper on paper, that would equally be a labor of love. So I think you just have to pick which one you feel like doing. And honestly, again, I haven't done this in a while. I usually love that stacked on stacked look, but I think this is gonna raise it up even more, give it the bump of dimension that I think it really needs. And then, oh, very pretty. Okay. Okay. Love it. So I'm just going to go through and do lather, rinse, repeat on all of these little letters. Okay, here is the last little letter, and I have to tell you, I, for quite a few moments, considered leaving the white template in there because it's really neat. You can see it gives it a different look. You can also see the little peak of the pink underneath it. It's just really neat. Let me pull that up so that you can really see before I, oh, did I just rip the paper? Oh, I need to be better about this. It'll be okay. Before I take this template off, but it is super neat. Okay, so Look, if you left the template in, can you see how you can just see the pink underneath here? I am pretty obsessed with that. I think that's neat. But let's go ahead, take the template off. I am just so curious to see what it would look like without it. Because I think, let's get this secured again. I think those letters again are just going to pop so much more. Okay, here we go. Just a little puzzle. Pop this on out. And wow, isn't that pretty? Oh, I have to mend this. Oh, things happen. Life can't be perfect, right? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, so now I need to do a little sub-sentiment, and let's grab the stamps. So I think, oh, it just has a little thank you. I love that. Okay, there is a banner that you can use as well. So fun. How did they have that arranged? I feel like they had it, oh, they had it down here. Gorgeous. Okay, should we do, I'm wondering if I should bring in avocado and do some white heat emboss on the avocado. I think that would be super pretty. And then this would be Tide Pool. I'm gonna do Tide Pool. I think it just, I don't know, it looks a little better to my eye. So let me grab just a little bit off of here, and we'll grab the Misti once more. So I'm gonna set this to the side just for a moment. And let's see here. I'm going to need, actually, let me place my stamp first. I was going to get my embossing anti-static powder, but let me place this first. There we go. That down. And actually, this is a little bit more of a right angle. Okay, let's condition once more. Perfect. And put a little bit of anti-static powder right on there. Versamark on my stamp. And door is stiff. It needs a workout. It's gonna get one because we have a lot of crafting to do. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to lightly do one more time. And even better. Okay, let's grab the powder. Okay, I'll grab a little patch paper. I'm also going to use a little clothespin. And I have fine detail white embossing powder. Sprinkle that right on over. Perfect. One and done. Okay, I'm gonna get this good and hot, and then I'll melt my powder. All right, easy peasy. That looks great. Now let's grab the little banner die. How sweet is that? I love it. Okay, let's get that centered really good. Oh, cute. Okay. Put a little tape on there. We have some leftover tape here as well. Okay, I'm gonna run this through really quickly and get that all cut out. And there's my little banner, thank you. Oh, perfect choice. I love it. Let's continue using the little foam squares. This little card was so worth the wait. Again, I've had this collection just in a little pending pile forever. And now I want to reuse it. And well, of course, reuse it. But I want to see all the other possibilities. I really think a shaker card would be neat. And I also really like the idea of, again, keeping that template on the paper and still bumping up the letters. I think that's fun. Okay, I'm gonna do like they did and put that there. That is so sweet. Okay, there is the final card. I don't think it needs anything else. I was thinking of adding sequins, but I think as is, you just need to know when to stop, and it's just stunning with this being the stopping point. So look at that dimension. Isn't that fun? Oh, I love it. And I'm really, really happy that I went ahead and just put that on that Nectar card base. I think that made all of the difference. Be sure to grab this collection. Again, everything that I used will be linked down below, and have fun with this. This is, again, there's so many things that you can do with it. I feel like you're gonna grab for this time and time again. Such a wonderful sentiment as well. And I love cards like this because they're just so sweet. So again, hope you enjoyed watching. I can't wait to continue crafting with you soon, and I'll see you in the next video.